Welcome to the BWI Daily Edition. Happy Friday. No Ryan Snyder today, but I'm not flying solo. We have a special guest on the show, Penn State's next quarterback in the class of 2023, Jaxon Smolik. He is joining us on the show. We're going to get to know him and his journey to Penn State with the Nittany Lions. We're going to be doing more of these as December rolls on, getting you ready for the early signing period coming up later this month. So let's get into it. Busy time of year for Jaxon Smolik, who joins us here on the BWI Daily Edition. Jaxon, appreciate you making time for us today, and welcome to the show. We're so very glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on here. Thanks for having me.
So you've got a busy couple weekends. So last weekend, you got a visit from James Franklin, from what I understand, and actually today, and spoiler alert, we're recording a little bit earlier in the week, you're going to be in Happy Valley for an official visit, right? So this is a busy week for you.
Yeah, it's been a busy week and an awesome week. I mean, just preparing to get up there, and I'm excited to go over there.
So how was the visit from Franklin in your in-home visit? I heard something about roses, right?
Yeah, we brought a little roses in. That was Sunday. I think we figured out it was going to be the Rose Bowl game, so went to Hy-Vee, got a couple roses, and had them over. It was a great night. Yeah, it was really good food, and it was really fun.
I mean, that if there's a way to endear yourself to your coach, it's to show up big for the in-home visit with roses in the Rose Bowl. So well done on you. Well done. How has your relationship with the staff evolved, though? Because this has been a very quick thing as far as the timeline of you and coming to Penn State, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's been a quick ride, and but Coach Urich and Franklin have really kept good contact with me, and almost every week I've been in contact with them. So that relationship's building up really quick, and it's going to be a strong relationship.
So what have you gotten to know about them from a personal level, and how comfortable have you guys gotten over that time?
I mean, yeah, we really mesh well, and I like the things that all the coaches teach, and yeah, they're great guys, and I'm just glad get to know them more every day, and it's awesome.
Backing up just a little bit from the commitment, and I know that you've probably been asked this a bunch of times, but it's very important in the kind of story of Jaxon Smolik to Penn State is going to the Elite 11 this summer. How much did that change your situation in your recruiting process?
Man, it was a miracle for me. It was a really special opportunity, and that really kind of shifted the gears from me thinking I'm going to maybe an FCS school, and it shifted the gears to I'm a high-level FBS player. And I always knew I was a high-level FBS player, but I never got the eyes on me. So Elite 11 regionals helped, and then also the finals, that really skyrocketed me.
Yeah, being able to get to the finals and being one of the top quarterbacks, not only at that, getting to that event, but being at that event and impressing a lot of schools. What was the highs and lows like coming from the shoulder injury to start your junior season to that moment, and how much work did you put in to get there?
Yeah, so junior year, first game of the season, it was the first drive, and I ended up breaking the collarbone. I kept playing on a little bit because it wasn't fully broken, and then I got tackled, and then it just kind of split. You can see the kind of bone almost poking out, but it was kind of gross. But anyways, kept going through that recovery and stuff like that, and kept working out with the team. Kept trying to encourage the teammates, getting the other quarterback and helping him quite a bit, and that went well. It was kind of disappointing for me because I wasn't playing, and then got back in, had an awesome game, that Valley game. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it on YouTube. It's awesome. It was a fourth quarter comeback. I mean, it was a story that dreams are made of, the miracle game, stuff like that. But off season, I was told I was too small. I wasn't big enough, didn't have a big enough frame. So whole off season, all I did was lift. I got up to 205. I mean, I was benching around like 295. And and then I go to camps and I'm like, wow, this kid's big now. Like, he's really changed since junior year. So really, I mean, how I put it in perspective is that I worked hard in the silence. I didn't try to flaunt that I worked hard all the time, and I think that's what really helped me in my recruiting process. And yeah, it's been a long ride, and it's been a great ride.
I know I asked you a timeline question, but I have to stop here. I was off camera, thankfully, because I was making all kinds of faces when you were talking about your collarbone injury. We're not evaluating you at every moment, but to know that you're keeping a level head through all of those things, that you're talking about the compound fractures nonchalantly, that's like one of my greatest fears as a person. Holy cow, dude! I don't have a follow up question. Just holy cow, that's crazy! And to come back and play at the end of that season. And by the way, it is super nice that a lot of your games are on YouTube because we have had a chance to check them out. And just the way you were able to finish that season. What do you want Penn State fans to know about you as a competitor?
I want them to know that I'm tough. I'm a tough Midwest Iowa kid, and I'll do anything to win a game. I mean, do what team first is our motto at Dowling Catholic, my high school. So I'll do anything for the team.
I know this is a very basic question, but what are you hoping to achieve at Penn State?
I mean, obviously the main goal is to win a national championship. I mean, that's what anybody wants coming into a college program, and I won't be able to get my start. I mean, I'll be behind Aller when I get there. I want to learn everything I can from him. He's a great athlete. He's a great quarterback. So I'm excited to get there and learn from him, and see where that things go from there.
So do you take that as an opportunity? Because a lot of guys, it seems like, and some have, in certain ways have said that they're not interested in following a 5-star quarterback. You don't seem to be intimidated by that, or how do you view that situation?
For me, I think it's a good learning situation. I get to go there and I get to go behind a 5-star who's arguably the top recruiter of the last year, and I get to see how he processes things and stuff like that. I think it's a great learning point for me, and I think it's a great competitive opportunity for me.
So in the decision to choose Penn State over the summer, you go to the Elite 11, and you're getting a lot of attention from a lot of different schools. And then pretty quickly, it seems like you chose Penn State. What was the deciding factor for you when you were starting to get some of that notoriety, I guess, on the recruiting trail?
Could you say that again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
That's all good. You scared the crap out of me when your video went up, but I'm glad we got you back. Why Penn State? So, like, we talk about your Elite 11 opportunities and going there and performing very well, and then you start to blow up a little bit on the recruiting circuit, and you choose Penn State. Penn State fairly quickly, it feels like, in that timeline. What was it about Penn State that made you want to pull the trigger at that moment?
So I was visiting a bunch of these colleges and contacting the coaches and stuff like that. But Coach Yurch contacted me, and then I felt like it was a match. I mean, I went there, and everybody was so nice and opening, and I just loved the environment and kind of what they teach there. I was really excited to see what I could do there.
So your senior season, how did that go this year, and how do you feel like you put that final note on your high school career, which we've kind of given an overview of here in the last 10 minutes or so?
I think my senior season went great. I mean, I couldn't have hoped for a better one. I mean, I'm just glad I got through with it without an injury. I mean, that was our main focus this year, was to survive it, and we did. And I balled out this year, and I'm really happy with my performance. And I feel like I really kind of rise my stock this year.
Yeah, I want to talk about that because one of the challenges when you're looking at high school film for any position really, but especially quarterback, is the quantum leap it takes from high school concepts in certain offenses to college, and the number of things that you have to learn about offense, let alone what you're going up against. But watching your film, I see RPO, I see motion pre-snap, pistol, shotgun, under center, 5 wide. Just there's so much stuff in there. What do you feel like that's done to prepare you for the next step?
Yeah, I got to give credit to my coaches, though. I mean, they're the ones that kind of built that offense around me, and I was really happy with what they did. And but yeah, it's really going to help me in the future. I feel that RPO stuff's really detrimental in the in the college world, and so is that 5 wide and the motioning and all that. So that's really going to kind of accelerate my game when I get there, because that's kind of what the Penn State offense is.
Yeah. So how much is on your shoulders then pre-snap in what I'm watching, and how much are you reading coverage and dictating in those situations?
A lot of the RPOs I run are post snap, where I see the back if he comes in, pull it, throw it. But some I have pre snap, which the 5 wide, I look at the alignment, I see like, okay, this guy's man, so I could throw the slot fade, or this guy's playing off, I'll throw that 5-yard stop route. So it kind of varies on the play and the formation, but yeah, it's a mix of everything.
I, I just that's a lot for a lot of high school quarterbacks, and I know that even high level guys that have national through their ninth grade year on maybe don't use all of those tools, and that's one of the things like I think is very impressive about your game is you play the quarterback position very well. What do you attribute that to?
I've been coached the RPO world ever since I've been a little kid. I mean, going to NFA camps, they teach that. But Coach McLean, my quarterback coach at Dowling, he's a big RPO guy, and he taught me all that stuff since like sixth grade, and reading it and the run RPO and stuff like that. I mean, Dowling does a great job in the run RPO and pass RPO game.
So I'm just going to read a couple of these off. Named the All Iowa Team quarterback, Jaxon Smolik was Offensive Player of the Year. There were a couple other awards there as well. When you look back on that, and I know that there's the team goals and then there's the personal goals. Did you achieve everything you were looking to achieve at Dowling Catholic?
The accolades, yeah, but I really wanted that state championship, man. I mean, that was the thing I really wanted badly, but came up short by 1 point in the semifinals. But that happens. That's life. You got to keep going. I mean, adversity's gonna hit. You got to keep going. So
you just seem very level-headed. Is that your personality? Is that what you are all the time? Having seen you in person at one of Penn State's camps, you just seem like you continually keep your cool. Is that fair? How you feel about yourself? And again, where does that come from? If so.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that comes from my parents. I mean, they've really raised me well and raised me, not to get super excited about something, not to get super down about something, just keep a level head and see what the next opportunity is. So I really attribute to my parents for that one.
What do you consider your best attributes as a quarterback? Then is that one of them? And if not, what else would it be?
Yeah, I'd say, I keep a level head. I throw an interception, I don't get too down. I'll come back and make the next play or throw a touchdown. I don't think I'm the man on the field. I mean, I'll think like, oh, that was my teammates. Like, I think that's one of my best attributes because that's what you need as a quarterback. You can't get too high on yourself.
So what do you think makes a great quarterback? When somebody who studies the position and does all these things at a high level, at the high school level, what are you studying, or what do you think makes truly that it factor that everyone's trying to describe or find, but not everybody has? What do you think makes great quarterbacks great?
Accuracy is a big point, but going towards more the mental game is just like being able to read a defense and seeing how a defensive moves post snap, seeing how they're lined up pre snap, and then toughness is a big one too. I mean, all three of those attributes is what makes a talented quarterback.
So I saw this on your Twitter timeline, and I'm just going to quote part of the tweet. It was an appreciation tweet. I've been working with Coach Skip Stitzler since seventh grade. First off, tell me about your quarterback coach and what you guys did together.
Yeah, so this guy he works on footwork and arm motion only. I mean, he gets you down to the little like nicks and nannies and stuff of that, and he gets to crossover and all that stuff. I mean, we work on like probably the most boring stuff, but it's the most important stuff you'll ever work on. Just going from here to here and then stopping and then using their footwork really, really slow. I mean, he's what really made my mechanics as smooth as they are now.
And by the way, to me, consistent, repeatable mechanics are one of the hallmarks of a good quarterback, like you talked about, accuracy and all those things that show up on your film. And one of the things I think that Penn State fans are going to really enjoy when they get to watch you is how quick you are with all of those things. Seventh grade, you were talking about working with your high school quarterback coach since sixth grade. So how long have you wanted to be a Division I quarterback?
It's been a dream. I mean, watching this stuff, I didn't play quarterback till about fifth or sixth grade, but when I started playing it, I knew it was a position for me. I mean, yeah, I get the ball every play, and I like having control of the game. So I figured that this was the position for me, and I wanted to go to the next level.
So what does it take then to be where you are now and the journey that you've taken? What did it take for you to get here?
A lot of hard work in the dark. I mean, you can't. You just got to work hard. That's the main thing. You got to keep your head down, nose on the grindstone, and really work your hardest you can. Because I mean, somebody's out there going to be working harder than you, and you got to be the one to get out of bed in the morning, even when you don't feel like it. You got to be the one to wake up at 6 a.m. to work out, and then go to work out back at 5 p.m. You got to stay on top of things, and you can't let your laziness kind of kick in.
We're in the middle of December and my laziness is kicking in hard, Jackson. I got to be honest with you. It's a struggle every day. But what do you think about Mike Yurcich? You know, you've worked with a couple quarterback coaches now. What do you think of Mike Yurcich, the quarterback coach, in the interactions you've had with him so far?
I love him. I mean, he's a super smart guy when it comes to the football game, and I'm really excited to get to work with him. I haven't got to work with him in some more football situations as much as I want to, but when I get there, I mean, I'm going to be there every day. He's going to be my best friend when I get there, so I'm excited to get up there and work with him.
So what's next for you? I know that you're going to be up here for the official visit. So when it comes to the next steps for you, are you enrolling early, or what's your timeline and what you want to do to be ready for when you do get to Penn State?
Yeah, I'll be enrolling early, so I think I start January 8th when I get up there. So I'll go up there early and get to know the playbook, get to roll in classes, kind of get settled in for spring semester. So yeah, that's my next step.
One last question, then I want to get to know you a little bit better, although I think you've given a good account of who you are so far through the interview, which is unbelievably impressive. But one of the biggest talking points right now in recruiting and the transfer portal and in college football is NIL. And I just want to get your thoughts and opinions on, your experience with that throughout the process.
I mean, I haven't really got any NIL looks right now. I mean, I'd love to get one, but if I don't get one, I mean, that's how it is. I'd love to get one. That's what I'd like to say.
So I guess without getting into too much stuff that maybe you don't want to talk about, like, has it been a focus or a factor in any of the conversations that you've had maybe with other schools during the recruiting process, or what is the permeation of NIL into recruiting from what you've seen?
So, the other schools I've been to, I mean, they haven't really offered NIL, but that's not what I look for in a school. I mean, I look for the coaches and the program and the not the dynasty, but like how the team is held together and stuff like that. I mean, NIL is a great attribute, and it's awesome to have money as a college kid and stuff like that. But I mean, just having a nice football team and having the team behind your back and the community is what I look forward more in a college program.
So let's get to know you a little bit then. Let's talk about maybe some things outside of football. Is there stuff outside of football for you, Jackson? And if so, what do you do, to unwind, or some hobbies and stuff like that?
Yeah, I like playing video games quite a bit. I like fishing. I like going hunting. I need to get my hunting license still, but I like going hunting. I just like everything kind of outdoorsy, and I'm a Midwest guy, so typical Midwest Iowa kid.
Good fishing in Iowa?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be my next question: is living in Iowa, are you an outdoorsman? What biggest fish? Favorite place to fish? What do you got?
That's a good question. There's a lot of ponds. I haven't been to like a certain spot I like. I mean, I've been everywhere, and I like catching bass the most.
When it comes to video games, what are you playing? System or game that you like the most?
I play Xbox, and I play a little bit of Modern Warfare, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch. I play all those kind of first-person shooter games, and I'll play Madden and MLB The Show.
Jackson, can I be honest with you here in the moment? I have played video games my whole life, and at 32 years old, I still suck at them so hard. I cannot tell you how much of a devastating admission that has to be, that I am still so bad at video games. Especially, I gave up on first-person shooters. Like, I was playing Halo and Call of Duty back in the day, in college and stuff like that. And it just got to the point where it's online, and everyone is so much better than I am that I was like, I don't know. This seems like a waste of time. Are you good at video games? And does it matter if you're good or not to you?
I'd like to say I'm pretty good at the first-person shooters, and yeah, it matters because if I don't do good in a video game, I start to rage at it. It makes me mad. That's the one is not doing good in a video game. So yeah, I'd like to say I'm pretty good at them.
So we found the one area that can make Jaxon Smolik a little bit hot under the collar and get a little to get him a little uneven, is just snipe him from across the level in Call of Duty or in Fortnite. Good to know. Family, any siblings?
Yeah, I got 3 siblings, I got 4, a brother and 3 sisters.
Okay, where are you in the order?
I'm right in the middle.
Oh, wow. All right. So that's a first. I don't know that we've had a middle sibling on the show. What is that experience like for you? Because there's the stereotypes of being the middle child. I have a hard time thinking that you would be the one that is overlooked, considering you're here on the show and you have achieved so much in your career. What's it like being the middle child, coming from the youngest, by the way?
I don't mind it too much. I mean, I get mentored from my older brother, and then I get to kind of relay that stuff back onto my younger sister. So it's actually kind of fun being the middle child. I'm in the medium. Shay will be mad at my older brother, and I can go talk to my older brother and see what's going on. So it's kind of fun being the middle child.
You got the right perspective on all of these things, man. I just every single time I'm like, here's going to be an interesting. Nope. He's got that on lockdown. What degree are you pursuing at Penn State? What are you interested in?
I'm not for sure yet. I don't know what I want to. I'm undecided as a major, but kinesiology is kind of something that'd be cool. Exercise science. Figuring out how the body works and certain muscles. Because I'll go to the gym and just hit bench and chest because I want to get big. I want to look big, but going down to seeing how all those things work would be really cool.
Awesome. Anything else? Anything you want to put out there about your social media? Any way that maybe NIL can contact you? Anything like that you want to get out there for Penn State fans and people to know?
I'll just follow my Instagram, Jaxon Smolik 06, and that's it.
All right, Jaxon Smolik, Penn State's class of 2023 quarterback. Thanks for coming on the show today. Appreciate it. I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, thank you.
That'll do it this week for the BWI Daily Edition. I'm Thomas Frank Carr. He's Jaxon Smolik. We will be back. There's a lot of stuff going on. Jaxon and some friends are going to be at Penn State this weekend. So if any news breaks, BlueWhiteIllustrated.com is your place to go. Ryan Snyder and Sean Fitz are on that. We will have breaking news as it breaks over the weekend. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Jaxon, I forgot to say that. I have gotten like 18 videos straight of remembering to tell people to like the video, and I forgot to do it here till the end. So that's the great thing, is though you're here and people want to hear what you have to say, so they're still watching. So subscribe to the Blue White Illustrated on YouTube, like the video, and we will be back. Talk to you next time.